So being a major city, Chicago is usually a city that's in consideration when a person is looking to move to a city as big as Chicago. So today I'm going to give you 5 reasons I believe Chicago is the easiest choice when compared to other cities similar to Chicago. By the way, my name is Carl Snell. I'm a local realtor here in Chicago. I make videos just like this video every week for you. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. And if you want to get in contact with me, my information is in the description below. So why is Chicago such a great city to move to? For one, Chicago is the land of opportunity. And what I mean by the land of opportunity, it's usually easy for a person to find work here in Chicago. Let's just say, for instance, you are thinking about joining a union. Well, here in Chicago, we have a ton of unions that are available. If you want to be an electrician, we have the local 134. If you want to be a plumber, we have the local union 130. And these unions, they'll let you start on as an apprentice and they'll pay you to learn a job. If you are looking for corporate work, here in the city of Chicago, there are a lot of companies that are located in the city and they're always looking for new people to be hired on at the company. A quick way to search for available jobs is easy sites like Indeed.com, Jobs.com, and they'll show you what's available here in the city of Chicago. They'll have the outline of the job and they'll show you the pay scale. So if it's not an exact fit of what you're looking for, you can easily go and look for something different. Say that you want to start a business, if you want to be an entrepreneur. Here in Chicago, we have a population of about 2.7 million people right here in the city. So for whatever business idea that you have, we have enough people here to where you can cater, or you can find a niche or a group of people that might fit the business that you're looking to open. So those are a few reasons why I believe that Chicago is the land of opportunity if you're looking to move here from a different state or a different country. So the next reason is transportation. So everybody knows that Chicago has the train systems that a person can use. So we have 2 systems. We have the CTA and then we have the Metro. So the CTA is the train system that you're going to use to get around the city. So we have different lines, and the different lines are grouped by colors. So we have the pink line, we have the blue line, we have the green line, the brown line, and the red line. And you'll use those to get around the city. So the Metro line is more so if you either work in the suburbs or say if you live in the suburbs and you work in Chicago. More than likely you're going to use the Metro. Then the Metro is going to take you either to the southern suburbs, north suburbs, or the west suburbs. And it's pretty easy to use in there. It's very popular, especially for people that don't live in the city. Other options you have, of course, is Uber. If you want to get around the city, it's a cheaper way to get around the city. You can use Uber, you can use Lyft, or you can use the good old yellow cab taxi service that's been around forever. One thing that I love about the city personally is everything is close together. So even if you don't use any other services, if you don't use a train, if you don't use Uber, usually like grocery stores, coffee shops, they're usually in walking distance. So it's a big city, but everything is centric, especially if you live in the city and depending on areas that you live in, things are usually pretty close. So if you just want to walk to the grocery store, you just need a few things for the house, you can just walk to the grocery store, buy it, and come back. So that's another reason I believe that Chicago is a great city to move to, is because of transportation and the ease of getting around. So the next reason Chicago is a great option is, believe it or not, Chicago is not as expensive as other major cities. For one, we can look at home appreciation here in the city of Chicago. So from October 2021 to October 2022, homes in Chicago only rose about 5% throughout the city. Now, if we look at other major cities like California, like Arizona, Utah, those cities experienced about a 20% or more appreciation in home value just in the last year. So with that being said, purchasing a home usually doesn't break the bank, or you usually don't have to overextend yourself like you do in other cities. Now, if you look at an area like Portage Park or like Dunning, these are very nice areas of Chicago, but they aren't as expensive as areas like Lincoln Park and the Gold Coast and the West Loop. In Portage Park, there's also street parking, so you don't have to worry about parking your car. So we know that different areas of Chicago are either more expensive or less expensive, depending on where you want to stay at. If you're looking to live downtown, yes, you can pay upwards of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month just in rent alone. So depending on where you look to stay, Chicago can be a lot less expensive than you really think it can be. The next reason that's on the list, and it's the reason that I love the most, is the diversity that we have here in Chicago. I believe that Chicago is probably one of the most diverse cities in this country. If there's a language that you want to learn, you can learn a different language. If there's certain types of foods that you want to try, you can try those types of foods. I mean, we have Ukrainian restaurants, we have Brazilian restaurants, we have Mexican restaurants, Italian. Just about any part of a culture is here in Chicago. We also have parts of the city that's dedicated to a certain culture. I mean, we have Chinatown, of course. We have Little Italy. We have Little India that's up north. So there's a lot of different groups of people, lots of different cultures, a great mix of languages right here in the city. And if you want to take apart, if you want to experience in some of those languages, some of those cultures, some of those diversities, this is the city that you can really get involved with a different group of people. Last but not least, the fifth reason I believe that you should move to Chicago versus another city is the summers here in Chicago are amazing. Once spring hits, once the temperature gets above about 70 degrees, you can expect a festival about every weekend here in Chicago. I mean, we have Wing Fest, we have Barbecue Fest, we have German Fest, lobster festivals. We also have, music festivals here in Chicago too. Lollapalooza is one of the most popular ones that comes around during the springtime. Also you have the lakefront that you can enjoy. We have Millennium Park that's down by the lake. We have Navy Pier too. So I believe that, there's a lot of things to do here in Chicago, especially in the summertime. And if you're looking to move to a major city that also never sleeps and there's always something to do, there's always something interesting to do, I believe Chicago would top the list, especially if you've experienced the summer here, you would already know. So those are the 5 reasons that I believe you would enjoy moving to Chicago. If you want to get in contact with me, like I said, my information is in the description below. Please like and subscribe to the video. I'll be putting out more content just like this video for you. I hope you enjoyed the information. Until next time, see you guys soon.